Hey everyone, this is Mike and welcome to Astrologian in 5 minutes. Before you start the fight, you want to make sure to activate one of your two sects. Diurnal is your regen stance and Nocturnal is your shield stance. This will affect some of the skills and I will go over what changes when we get the corresponding abilities. So let's start off with damage. Malefic is our single target spammable spell. This is a very short cast time, so it allows you to use one off global cooldown between each cast or to move a little bit. Combust is our dot, nothing special here, and then Gravity is our AoE spell. Just like Malefic, has a very short cast time allowing for one off global cooldown, and also different from the other healers is that it requires a target for you to be able to use this spell. Before we talk healing, let's talk about our cards first. Draw will draw one of 6 cards for you, and these cards are separated in groups depending on what you're looking at. Let's first look at the effects themselves. Each card will grant a 6% damage bonus if you play it on the right roll, and 3% if you play it on another roll. The cards that you see on screen are meant for the melee jobs, tanks included, and the other 3 that you're seeing now are meant for the ranged jobs, again casters and healers included. So that's the first separation, which role do you want to play the cards on. The second one is what seals you are looking for your divination, which is your raid buff. There are 3 different seals, and again look on the screen which of the cards provide the seal when played. To get the maximum effect out of your divination, you will also want to have 3 different seals on your gauge when using divination. Because the cards that are drawn are random, we have a couple of abilities to help us out when we draw something that we don't want. Redraw allows us to redraw a card and has 3 charges. Minor Arcana will transform our card into a lord if it was a melee card, or a lady if it was a ranged card. These have stronger buffs at 8 and 4%, but they do not grant you a seal, so you can use this if your divination is ready, or if playing the current card would mess up your divination. Last ability that we have is Sleeve Draw. This will draw a card of which you do not have a seal yet, so this will be really useful setting up for your 3 seal divination. If you already have 3 seals, then any card can be drawn. Every time that you also play a card, you will be regenerating mana. So we're buffing specific party members by playing cards on them, which then in turns allows us to use Divination, which is a party-wide damage buff that gets stronger for the amount of different seals that you manage to get. Might be a bit confusing at first, but play around with the cards a little bit and you'll get used to it in no time. Still have one ability left, which is Light Speed, and this will just reduce the cast time by 2.5 seconds for its duration, basically making everything except your raise ability instant cast. Let's move over to our healing kit. Benefic is a single target heal which has a very small chance to make Benefic 2 a guaranteed crit. Benefic 2 is just the stronger version of Benefic, so you'll be using this one most of the time. Helios is your standard AoE heal, nothing too special about this one. Aspected Benefic will do 2 things for you. It's a single target heal, also instant cast, and it will also add a regen if you're in Diurnal or a shield if you're in Nocturnal. Aspected Helios follows the same principle, AoE heal with either a regen or a shield on top depending on your sect. Essential Dignity is a single target heal that becomes stronger the lower your target is, and this stacks up to 2 times. Sinistry will put a buff on a party member, and whenever you cast a single target healing spell, the buffed party member will receive 40% of that heal. A healing spell indicates a GCD heal. Collective Unconscious is a skill that you can hold on for a little while, and this will do 2 things for you depending on your sect. In Diurnal, it will grant the people inside a heal over time buff, and as long as the bubble persists, they will also receive damage reduction while the bubble is held open. In Nocturnal, it's the reverse. Just quickly using the bubble will grant this damage mitigation buff, and holding the bubble open will grant everybody inside a healing over time effect. Celestial Opposition is an AoE heal that will also regen or shield depending on your sect. Earthly Star will place an AoE on the floor that will grow bigger if you leave it there for 10 seconds. You can manually detonate it or let it run out after 20 seconds have passed. Upon detonation, the star will heal allies and deal damage to enemies. The small star does less healing and damage compared to when you let it grow big for those 10 seconds. Celestial Intersection is a single target heal that will shield while in Diurnal and regen while in Nocturnal, so the roles are reversed for this one particular ability. Horoscope will apply a buff to your party members that when it expires will heal for a small amount, but if you decide to use Helios or Aspected Helios before this buff runs out, then the buff will be upgraded. It now lasts 3 times as long, and the heal that you get from it will also be twice as strong, so you can either choose to let it run out or reactivate it yourself when the healing is required. And the last but not least, we have Neutral Sect. During this, your healing potency is increased by 20% and your aspected Helios and aspected Benefic will do both regens and shields regardless of what sect you chose. And then of course we have our role actions, so Repose puts a target to sleep, Esuna removes the debuff, Swift Cast makes the next spell instant, Lucid Dreaming restores mana, Surecast negates most knockbacks, and Rescue will pull a party member to your position. And that does it for Astrologian in 5 minutes. So I want to thank you for watching, I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.